Okay, good evening, and good evening. It is always a pleasure to be here and get ready for training. We will just hang out here for just a moment as everybody checks in. It takes just a minute for everybody to get checked in. And it's Wednesday night, and I'm always excited about Wednesday night and going through questions. Tonight's going to be a question time. We haven't done this in a while. Been communicating in the Facebook group now for the last hour or so and on Messenger all day long. And some questions. I just want to be able to come on and get in the platform. We're not going to talk about anything else. We're going to look at different pieces of the platform, how to do things. I can't remember what I labeled it in training today, but how to make things happen. So looks like we got about 18 people checked in right now, and then of course that continues to grow each second. The numbers keep popping up. We have a lot of people watching straight from YouTube, and that's pretty cool. But before we get started tonight, there was a couple of prayer requests from our ASW App Wizard Studio family, and I just want to reach out real quick. First off, Mike Cahill, pray for him and his family, and just a prayer request from him that we keep him and his family in. Bryant Thornwell, BK, you guys hear me speak to him often, love him to death, him and his family. He went in the hospital today. I can read here. He was in Anredale Medical Center this morning, and his wife posted a couple hours ago, thank you for your faith, for your prayers, and for your friendship. We serve an amazing and awesome God. Hallelujah. Bryant pulled through the procedure as only a man of faith knows to do. We, including me, have some work to do, and you better believe that we're beginning right here and right now. No time to waste. And again, thank you for your thoughts, your prayers, and your love. And so keep BK and his family, Bryant Thornwell and his family, and Mike Cahill. And, that's the great thing about App Wizard. We are a family. And when one of our family is hurting or something's going on, we all feel it. And so it's a great thing to be a part of something so phenomenal. And I'm not talking about App Wizard Studio, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm talking about the App Wizard Studio family. And hey, Mark, how you doing? Juan, how you doing, buddy? Don, Andy. So, but tonight we're going to go right into the platform. We're not going to have a bunch of slides. We're not going to go through all that. We're going to go right into the platform. I want to show you guys some things that we've been talking about on training, go through some questions that have been asked this week, and look at some different parts of the platform that sometimes you don't touch. Maybe you don't know is there. And so we're gonna go through and do that. And Kenny, it's always 13 degrees and snowing in where you live. And but we're going to get right into the platform. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shift right over, make this happen. I'm going to do that. And can everybody see? The platform here? Okay, the first question I want to go into is one of the questions we had last week, and my computer kept freezing up, so I couldn't get the page to open. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. But what I want to show you now, and we talked about keywords last week, and we talked about how do you set a keyword for your main keyword. For example, if you were doing something this week at a seminar or something like that, and you wanted to use a keyword, and next week you're going to go collect data from another event, and you want to use another keyword, and that way each city or each event has its own keyword, or however you want to do that. Let me show you real quick. There's two ways to get. Let me go down here to one that's got texting on it. We're going to come in here and we're going to go into edit content. Up here in the right-hand corner, you see text keywords 2. You can view it here. And or you can go into messaging center. And this is where we was going into last week that I kept freezing up. Or you can go into text keyword here. Now you'll see up here the key. This is the keyword I'm in. If I want to use this for the keyword, all I do is come right here, allow opt-in on web app, and click yes. Okay. And that will activate that keyword. And what I want to do is I want to come back over. Let me hit save. And I want to get rid of the other keyword and turn it off. And I'll say no, and it's already turned off. And I'll say no, and that's the keyword that I want to use. So if you want to use multiple keywords and different events, just set up your keyword and just make sure you go to allow opt-in on the web app and turn it on if you want to use it. Make sure, as always, you always click save. You can have as many keywords in one app as you want. When you come up to the messaging center, and I don't have any tech subscribers in here right now, but you can see Kiosk 333. Now, let's say that I collected data. I was in Dallas, Texas today, and I was in Mesquite the next day, and I was in Rockwall the next day, and I was in Greenville the next day. And I used 2 different keywords, and I collected data on this keyword and this keyword. And I only wanted to send out to Dallas and Mesquite. I would just click on that keyword. If I wanted to send out to the other 2 towns, I could click on that keyword. If I had something that was general information that could go to everybody, I could click on both keywords and send out to everybody. So you're able to select and do and send out to whoever you wish by just turning on the keywords, collecting the data, okay, and then coming back and if I want to change this, go back in here. Now you can go into messaging center. You can go into text keyword, turn it on or off right here. Now, when you activate that, that activates it as the main keyword on the app. It also activates it as the main keyword on the kiosk. That information that is collected at that time that that keyword is turned on will go to that specific database to that keyword. Now, as I'm going here, tonight is going to be absolute nothing but question and answers. I'm going to show you everything you need to be shown. All the questions that have been asked, I'm going to go through. This is one of the things I couldn't get to last week because I could not get these radio buttons to work because my computer was freezing up. So 2 places you can adjust the keywords. Right up here, you can go to view, and you can go right here to edit, and or you can go to messaging center, text keywords, and this gives you your keywords here. Now, this brings up this keyword, why? Okay, when I go to text keyword, that brings up the keyword that is activated. If I come up here to view, that brings up both keywords that I can edit. Okay, any questions on that at all? I'm going to keep rolling. If you have questions, I've kind of got my peripheral vision going on here. So please feel free to stop me. One of the questions that was asked earlier during the week is, Kerry, if I have an app that's already set up, but I need to go in and change the data on something, how do I do that? I'm going to show you right now. Let's go in here to this same demo here. We're going to stay in the same app. And this is very important that you pay attention what I'm fixing to do, because one of the biggest calls I get is, hey, I changed the call us number, but it doesn't work. That's because what you're doing is you're changing it in one spot and the database is still looking at another spot at the old number. So let me show you what to do. I want to change this number right here. It's now 555-555-1212. Content. I'm going to go to links to web pages and phone numbers. And all you have to do is whatever that tab is that you have to change, if it's addresses and maps, if it's scratch us, whatever it is, email us form, all you have to do is go in and change that. So let's go in and change the call us number. I'm going to come up and I'm going to make this 1313 just so we can see the change. I'm going to click save. And believe it or not, I'm amazed at how many times I changed businesses' phone numbers. Now I saved that. I'm going to go up here to preview. I'm going to hit reload. And you know that it's been saved. But if you look right down here in the bottom left, I don't know, can you guys see that in the bottom left down here? It says telephone number 555-555-1212. Okay. Yes, be sure to change everything. Yeah, change everything. Okay. But I'm talking specifically about buttons here. So I changed that, but it still says 555-555-1212 for the button. That's because it is sitting in another place. Come over here and go to the header. And this is the quickest way to do this. Go to, that's on the tab bar. Go to the tab bar. Go to call us. Remove it. Just re-add the new number. And that will populate that button. It will not populate it unless you make the change. It'll be on the other side, but it's not going to be applicable in the app that you set up. Now I can come up here and reload. And when I look at that, now it says 555-555-1313. That goes for the email us also. And any buttons that you actually change data on, Facebook share, that's automatically set. You don't have to worry about that. The other question I was asked, does everybody understand that? Change the information and go back, remove the button and just reset the button. Now, if you'll notice what I did here, when I reset the button, okay, it showed up down here at the bottom. Anytime you see this arrow right here on the left, you can put these wherever you want them. If I want email us first, I can put email us first. If I want the share button first, I just always go in this order, okay? And that's how you do that. The next question I was asked is, Carrie, what if I don't want a button there, or what if I use one of the templates and I don't want the button? If you don't put the data in when you use this, when you build it with a template, when you come up and create a new web app and you're using the 2.0 template system, I'm just going to throw anything up here. If you don't put a phone number right here, the button will not show. It's automatically set to not show. But if later on they come back and say, hey, I've got my phone number set up now, I want to do that, do is come over now and just like you would any other web app, come over and set a new phone number. Add the new phone number, go into the tab and add the number, just like I just did, exactly like I just did, okay? Question I got, and it all came from this app, okay? Really, all the questions came from this app. Carrie, how did you get a button bar up above the logo? The same thing, anytime you set any of these tabs or buttons or logos or anything, you can really move them where you want. All you do is go to the header. Like you can see the button bars at the top. Let's say I want it right below the image, right above the tab bar. I can do that also. All I have to do is drag it wherever I want. If I want the tab bar up at the top, I can put the tab bar up at the top and the button bar on the bottom. Or I can put the button bar and the tab bar together. Either way. So once you set your buttons, once you set your tabs, or once you set your title bar, then you can place them wherever you want to place them, okay? Now, this color back here, they were having trouble setting the color. When you go into styles and colors, if there's anything you guys want me to show you, tonight's the night. Tonight is the night. Just simply go into advanced, go into header, And anytime wherever this button lays right here in the header section, you have to change the background colors. Okay. Now you can see I've got it set to transparent. That's so that it's clear. My background color that is set for the app is coming through. But let's say that I wanted to make that another color there. Let's say that I wanted to make that black. I could change the transparency and change it to black. So this background color right here is what sets the color behind your button. If you move it to transparency, that's going to remove the color completely, and or you can set it to wherever you want it. Maybe you've got an image back here. And this kind of goes back to, I think it was Mike Ross I was talking to earlier, setting the transparencies here. If I had a background image, but I wanted to make sure that this stood out just a little bit, I could leave that transparent, and my background image, just like my background color, shows through a little bit. Okay? And then just click save, and it's all done. Now let's go down here and let's look at a form. Forms are set up the same way. No, I didn't know what that issue is. If you ever have problems like that, you need to take a picture and send that in to Mark. He said he had problems removing the icons. Let me see here. On the tab bar. I'm sorry, up here on the tab bar. If you'll come up here to header, go to tab bar, and right here in tab bar settings, text and icon, text only, none. Oops, sorry. Icon only, and hit save. It should show up. Okay, it should show up. Text and icon. You can put it on the top, the left, the right, or the bottom. I like mine on the top. And click save. If you're having problems with that particular app, Dennis, take a picture of it and send it in to support and have Mark look at that. Make sure when you guys send something into support, make sure it closes on, that is the main page, yes. This is the main page. Are you talking about, yeah, the tab bar. This is the tab bar on the main page right here. Just go to tab bar settings. And when you change that, I mean, if you want to remove the icon or have it text only, was you trying to make it text only? Is that what you're trying to do? Whatever you want to do there. And just click save. Okay. Please feel free to ask questions as you go along there. That was great. Thank you very much, Dennis, for asking that question. Let's go back down here to the styles and colors, and we'll go back to our form. This was some of the discussion in the thing. Yes, on the font on the opt-in page. Anything that has anything to do with font and forms is right here. For example, labels. These are labels. At red, you can see it changes it to red. If you want to change it to whatever color, really, gray. Text inputs, this is this box here. You can change that to whatever color you wish it to be. This is all under forms. And if you want to, if you ever get stuck, okay, and you say, gosh, man, I'm lost where I want to go, reset it right here. You want to reset it? Yes. And it resets everything to the default. All right. Now, this box right here, and this was the question that that Mike had that he said he figured out there. This box is under content body. Now I want to show you, you can make that transparent too. Now, if you have a background image on there, and this is what happens a lot, let me see if I can upload one real quick. Trying to think of somebody I just did that I've got a background image. Okay, let me find one real quick that I got a background image. Yeah, now let me just use one of these. That'll be the quickest thing to do. I don't want to use that. I want to use an actual background image. Yep, that's the way to do it, buddy. Trying to think of the name of this app I did today. Golly. Hang on just 1 second. Let me find this app I did today because I had to make a background image. And I want to make sure, because I want everybody to be able to see this. It was called Mac Body Shop. Mac Auto Body. Okay, here's the background. Okay, I'm going to upload that background image real quick. Okay, now I've got the background image in there. Now let's say, and this is all black, okay? And let's say that I want black text. I can come up here to content, and I can make this, let's make this background white. But I still kind of want that to show through. And I can go up here and set the transparency to wherever what he was saying. He set his transparency. If you go all the way, you're going to lose it. But if you want it to shine through a little bit, or maybe you want to set a black hue on that background. So let's make that background black, okay? And let's make the text color white. And now you can see the text here, but that doesn't do anything for the input for the boxes right here. As far as the form goes, okay, this is where you need to come down to the form settings, all right, to change the rest of the information. And a lot of people forget about this right here. I'll be honest with you, I forget about it half the time. So just go to your labels and let's set them to white. And now I've got a nice, you can still see through it, but what happens is it's dark enough to where the white text, see there's white text right here. The white text is sitting on top of the car and everything. It's still dark enough to where it shows up. So you just have to play with these, but the forms is the main place you want to set all your buttons and everything here. And once again, I highly recommend that you go in and play with everything. But this box is controlled under content body. This one particular box right here is controlled with content body. All right. And once again, if you have a trouble, reset the colors. Yes, reset. And it goes completely white, and you can go in and start over. All right. Hit save. And there you have it. And of course, we set this to what? White, so we can't see it. So if I send my app out and a customer calls and says, hey, I can't see any text, you'll know immediately what you did. Go to forms, go to labels, set it to black or whatever color, and bam, you're done. Okay? Awesomeness, awesomeness. Images for multiple images up here. Okay? How do I get multiple images up there? All you have to do is go to header, go to your header images, and add a new image. Let me select, matter of fact, let me select this right here. Add that. That's my second image. Okay. Now, this is something that people will look at where did that text? This is a test come from. Where did that text? This is a test come from. Oh, it goes to that form. Are you talking about the form, Mike? Let me make sure I understand what you're saying while I'm covering this. Are you talking about where does the information from the form go? Is that the question you're asking? And I will go back to that. Where did it come from? Right here when you do the form. There's a WYSIWYG box. And you can type whatever you want in there. I just put this as a test. Just whenever you create the form. And I'm glad I came back to here. Now, the email data to this can go anywhere you want it to go to. It doesn't have to go to the email address that is set up in the email us form. Okay, these can be set up to go wherever you want them to. So if I wanted this to go to Carrie at aws.com, and I also, all I got to do is put a comma, and I can put Mike at aws.com, and I can send it to whoever I want to send it to. Just hit save. Okay. Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Put in a request in the support system. I'm sure Mark can do that. Switch that over. And just hit save, and you can send this to as many people as you want. And of course, for you, those of you who've never used this, these are all drag and drop. You can put whatever you want to in here. You just change the name. And they input the data. It can be a required field, yes or no. Text and numbers or numbers only. Okay. Everybody got that? For an opt-in form, you can do the same thing. You can put the text right here, description shown at the top of the page. And this is a WYSIWYG box. Okay? This is a WYSIWYG box. For your join our list button, you can put whatever you want to in there, and it goes right at the top of the form. Okay? All right? Any suggestions you guys have like that? Put it in the golly, the Facebook page, and tag Mark King, and he looks at all that stuff. How do you find the coupon link to send out as an opt-in incentive for opt-in on the kiosk? When you set up your coupon, okay, which we did last week, I think. I think we set up a punch card. Maybe I don't remember. But anyway, we'll set up a coupon. Yes, we did. Scratch off coupon. Set up your coupon. And when you come to the front of your page, all you have to do is put your mouse over it, and you can see it down here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the left-hand column of the screen or not, but all you have to do is put your mouse over it, right-click, okay, copy link address, and when you go into your join our list, and you're setting up whatever you're sending out, this is email, this is birthday, if you want to send it out in your text message, just simply come over, type your text message in, and post your link in there. That's the link to the actual coupon. Yes, here's the URL that I just pulled off that link. All I did was right-click on it, copied it, and I can paste it. I highly recommend, obviously, thank you, Robert. I would shorten that. You can use Googly or a tracking system, or you can shorten it up here in the messaging center with our URL. Now, this isn't a tracking shortener. Googly, I think it's go.gle, is a great system to use. I use it all the time. Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y, is a great system to use. Anyway, so yeah, just right click on that button. Guys, thank you for the questions. That's what we're here for tonight. We haven't done this in a long while. And right click, copy link address, and paste it. Let me go in here real quick. I can't stand that background on there. It's driving me crazy. I can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, now I can see my app. All right. In the header and in the footer. In the header and in the footer. Up a tab bar and or a button bar, any of these, you can page you want. You just go to tab bar setting. If it's on all pages, it comes up on every single page in the app. If it's only the home page, it only comes up on the home page. If it's only the subpage is every other page except right here. So if I turn that off, and I want everybody to see that because I had somebody got lost on that today and they couldn't find their tab bar. And when I went in, this is what we found he did. He set it to only subpages and he couldn't find it anymore. So I want to show you here. Subpage is every page other than the home page. So if I come over here to contact us, my tab bar shows. If I go to email us, my tab bar shows. Okay? And I'm fixing to show you this in a minute because this is a question I always had. That's why that's white right now. Okay? So everything except the home page. Now, if I go to settings and I say only home page, I'm going to reload this. If I go to email us, it's now only on the home page. Hey, Gary, how you doing, buddy? So it's only on the home page now. And when I go back to the home page, you can see that. A lot of times the default is white and you've got white icons. And let me go down here to one of these other pages here. Oh, hang on a second. Let me reset this. And let's say that we go to another page here and we go to email us and it's white and my text is white. And I'm thinking, gosh, man, where did that go? What happened to my thing? That's in settings. Okay, it's under the footer and the header. Go to styles and colors. And trust me, if I had $1 for every time I missed this, I would be a very wealthy man and y'all would never have to talk to me again. Go to tab bar. You can see right here, selected background color. This is the most missed thing on every single app that is built. the most missed thing. And I've built a ton of these things and I still miss it. So don't think, oh my gosh, I can never get this. Nobody does. I get calls on this all the time. You have to go to selected background. And what I try to do is I try to make it just a little bit of an off color so it doesn't throw the color scheme of the app off. So let's say I'll go up here and I'll pick a lighter gray and I'll say, okay. And I'll click save. And let's go over here to contact us. And I hit email. You can see it's just a little bit lighter gray. Just a little bit lighter gray. So it keeps your color scheme. It keeps, Mike says, not mine. I hear you. I wish I could remember that, Mike, man. That's the one thing I forget all the time. And, but if you selected background color right here, and it's in every single one of them, okay? Every one of them. Selected background color, okay? And that's up here on this bar. And see it turn blue? You don't want that to be blue. That's ugly, you know? Just make it something, but don't, you know, keep it with your color scheme. And make sure it's not the same color as your text. And you can make it the same color as the background color. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm going to go through all of Mike's, apps and see if I can catch him. Okay. Slide menu. I don't use it very often. Matter of fact, I hardly ever use it except on directories. But this is the slide menu. Let me put one on here. Hang on a second. Here's a slide menu. Okay. Slide menu links. Let me go up to my header and turn it on. I'll put it on the tab bar. Just come up here and hit slide menu. And of course it pops up. You set this the exact same way you set these buttons here. No different. Just click on the menu. You can turn off what you don't want. Okay, you can do the settings. I want a border size of whatever, spacing width, spacing height, background color. Let's do a border radius. Let's remove this. I'm going to change the border color. Oops. Now I want to show everybody something while I'm right here. This is the most popular thing. Actually, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it to you on a different app. I won't show this to you yet. Somebody was asking today, how do you change those colors? And why is it two-tone? It's a setting in here, but I won't show you with this. So let's go to the icon box. We can set up the icon box. We'll put a radius around it. And this is on the slide menu, okay? Let's remove the background color. Let's make our icons white, just because I like it. Okay. Text content box, the same thing. You can put your radius on. You can put your border sizes on. Change the background color. Let's change the text color. And now you've got your slide menu set up. Just hit save, and your slide menu is set up. If you want to turn some of these off, okay, if you want to turn some of these off, can you go through how to get my business link at the bottom of my customers' apps? And did you mention this once? Yes, no, I do that. Mine is at the bottom. Okay, and yes, I will go through that. Okay, so everybody got the slide menu? Like I say, I don't use it much except on directories, but there it is. And you have to cut and you have to set this up exactly like, just because you come in here and set up, you have to set up your slide menu links the same way. If there's links that you don't want in there, go into slide menu, go into the settings. If you don't want to join our list, turn it off. If you don't want home, turn it off, and you can see them disappearing up there. Share web app, turn it off. And if I want contact us up at the top and I want email us next, I can move these however I want to move them. Okay? Very simple. Just turn off what you don't want, turn on what you do want. Maybe I don't want that form on there. Okay? Let this be for content that is not on the front of your app. I don't like to make it redundant. There would be a million check boxes if that was the case, Robert. You can bring over, if you like the color of an app or somebody's app that's online, you can do that. Let's say that you saw one of Mike Cahill's apps and you said, gosh, I love that color scheme. If he's willing to give it to you, all you have to do is come here to the color code, have him send you his color code, type in the color. Let me go get a color code from another app. I'll show you how it's done. Let's go to Cafe Mexicano. I'm going to go into edit content, settings, styles and colors, color code. Okay, this app's color code is right here, 7678. Everybody see the colors of this app? It's a good looking app. I think Woodrow built that today or yesterday. Let's come back over here to administrator control. Let's come down here to edit content. Go to settings, styles and colors. We're going to go to color code. I'm going to change this app's color code. I'm going to paste that code in there, 7678. I'm going to put load, and bam. Change my background, change my colors. That actually looks pretty good, doesn't it, with that? Okay? And so if you like someone else's colors and you see another app and you're in the Theme Wizard site, the Facebook group site, or someone posts this online and you say, wow, I love the colors of that app and the background. If they don't mind giving it to you, they can give you the color code, and this is where you get it. Just come to Styles and Colors, click on Color Code, and you can send them this color right here. Okay? Just that quick and that simple. Really cool. And I do that when I'm building multiple apps. And I've built an app that needs the same color scheme as I've built maybe 30 apps ago or something. I'll go in and I'll pull the color code, and I'm done with the app in 5 seconds. I mean, it's pretty quick. I mean, a lot of the auto body apps are black and red. I mean, a lot of them, they're black and red. I don't know why they're stuck on those color themes, but if they're yes, it pulled over his slide menu themes just like it was on the other app. Absolutely. Okay. And you notice it didn't change my logo. It just changed everything in the color palette including the background. Okay. And yes, that did apply to the menu. Yes, very, very nice. This is a very, very nice feature that they put in. And I use that all the time. I'm telling you, you know, a lot of people say, well, how do you build apps so quick? It's just because I use a lot of the same color schemes. I only use 2 templates in the entire system. And that's the two generic business cards. That's the only two I use. Okay. I lost my train here with that one. Okay, but that's how you can pull the colors on. All right, that's how you can pull the colors on. Oh, I know what I was going to do. A lot of people get stuck on this. If you'll notice in the themes, I don't use a title bar. And so if you want to use a title bar, you can turn on the title bar. You can say all pages. You notice it, and it separates the icons. Now you can change these buttons to whatever you want. Maybe you want it to be home page and previous or something. Okay. And you can change the color of the text down here. Now, what some people do, text only, icon only. This is very popular right here. They'll just put the icons up there. Now, if you want this, if you don't want this text to be seen, when you go in, it'll be kind of hard to do on this, but I'll show you anyway. And you set your colors here. Go to advanced. And in my header, I do not want that text to be seen. All right. I'm going to come down here to title text color. I'm going to put it as small as I possibly can. But I will change the color of it. And it's gone. You can't see it. Okay, it's gone. So now all I've got is these little buttons up here. Okay, develop by link. Okay. In the develop by link, the first thing you have to make sure you do, okay, is make sure that your text and everything is set up here. Now, if you'll notice, that's set to 0, so you can't see it. I'm going to show you where to set this up in just a second. But a lot of times you have it set up and you don't realize it. Okay. Yes, a ton of time. So you come in and you set the size of your text, develop by text size. Do you want it bold? Do you want it normal? Do you want it italics? Do you want it normal? Okay. Configure the font, whatever. This is set up. If you don't want it to be seen at all, just set it to 0. Okay. That is set up in your control panel under manage, under app branding. And here's the data right here. You put your company name. Now this right here, this information right here, when they click on that, a pop-up box comes open. This information is in that pop-up box. And if you put a call button number here, I forgot what app I was in. I think I'm in this one. Come down to settings again. I know I'm going through a lot. Just a reminder, Kenny, tell them if you would real quick how you do the If you'll notice, I didn't save that a while ago, and everything's back where it was. But let's come down here to the text that I just did. It's developer text. Let me increase the size of it here. If you're paying for the branded option, I highly recommend that you use this. This is probably one of the most important things on this app because this link is clickable. Okay. And when that link is clickable, guess what happens? Your call to action button comes up here. Now you can put any text out you want up there. I just put the phone number. All right. And the information that you typed in there, this is your advertisement. How you put the information in the video so that they can go back. There's a lot of, man, I've gone through 50 things here tonight. Click on the timestamp and be able to find it directly in the video. So here you go right here. Okay. And here's the App Wizard Studio name up here. This is from the WYSIWYG box. Here's your phone number, your click to call phone number. That goes to your business. And this is your information. And this can be as long as you want. This is a WYSIWYG box. You can put images in here and link them. You can do anything you want inside this box. Now, remember, if you put images in there, don't make them more than about 280 wide by about, I mean, if it's a button or whatever you're putting, you know, don't put an image that's 280 wide by, you know, 1200 long, because this page is going to go on forever, and you don't want that. This is enough information that they know that you developed this app, and they want one of these apps, so they have your click to call, and they've got your information in there. And that's how you set that up. And it all stems from this developed by, or not App Wizard Studio, but your company name. And it's all managed right here under Manage. This is in the main control panel where all of your apps are located. Go to App Branding. And once again, and y'all could see that link was broke right there. Let me go in there and fix that link. I'm going to make that a hyperlink. I'm going to come up here to the link right here. Okay. And now that's active. If I want to put some source code in here, I can. Yes, that is a sales lead generation system so that you can get new clients. Absolutely. You can put call me right here. Whatever. Okay. I hope I answered your question on that. I don't remember who asked now. But that's how you set up the branding on your app. That's very important. That's probably one of the most important things that you need to think about that. You need to put the right information in there. That's your call to action. That's your ability to reach out to every single person who has your app. Every single person. I was going to show y'all something else. My mind just went poof. QR codes. Go to extras. QR codes right here. Small, medium, and large. I give the customers all three of these. Absolutely, Rick. Yeah, absolutely. Download them. You just click on them to download them. Okay. And you save them. All right. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. This is another call I get many times a day. If you'll notice, when I click on this link right here, it comes up to this page. Some people like that page. Some people don't like that page. Okay. It's got all the information on here. It's got their Facebook page. It's got everything on here that they need. I do not want that to happen. I can disable desktop view. Yes, disable. Continue. Now watch what happens when I click on that link. It looks like the app. Okay? It looks like the app. All right? So if you don't want the desktop view, okay, if you don't want the desktop view, which gives them the QR code and all that, now if you want it, just enable it. It's already enabled. If you don't want it, disable it. You click on it. This is the view you get. Cafe, you're trying to view Cafe Mexicana mobile content on a desktop or laptop. Don't worry, we'll get you the viewing, the right content on the device in a flash. And it shows up right over here on the left-hand side in a mobile app. It gives them the QR code, and it gives them the link for them to open up in a web browser on their smartphone. Can I do that again? Yep. Right here on the right-hand side in red letters, it says if it's abled, yeah, it's red. It says you'll have to say disabled. So just click on disable desktop view. Yes, disable. Hit continue. And now it'll say enable desktop preview when it's off. That's my preference. And when I click on it, it actually opens up and looks like the app. What do you say, Tyler, my main man? What's going on, buddy? All right. And that opens it up like an app. And if you put your move your browser down, you can see it. Okay. And that's what it would look like on a desktop if they opened up on a desktop. Now know that your call us button is not going to work on a desktop. All right. Absolutely, Mike Ross. Good to see you, buddy. Hold down the fort over there. Mike don't live too far from you, actually. Okay. Any other questions? Absolutely, Tyler. Anytime, buddy. We needed this for a few nights now. I've been inundated with questions this week. That's why I decided to do this tonight. Somebody was mentioning a while ago, if you change one phone number, make sure you go in and change V cards, your address in Google Maps, the whole 9 yards. Someone was asking about the photo gallery today. You cannot link photos to anything yet, but we'll be more than happy to search bar. You just need to go to search bar and turn it on. Go to app search. Click enable. Here's the app search. Click enable. Hit save. Click on preview. Reload. And there's your app search bar. The search bar allows them to actually type in something like maybe they're lost, and maybe they want to find out where to get to you. So maybe they want to contact you. They can type in contact us or contact, and anything that's got contact on it will come up. It'll search tabs. It will search buttons. It will search menu items, but it'll search the item title, but it will not search inside the item description. Okay, that's something that Mark is going to look at. If you add a photo and if you add a photo, yes, and let me show you how to do that real quick. I'm jacking this app all up tonight, aren't I? If you want, and let me show you right here. Oops. I want to take that one thing out. Hang on a second, because it's going to mess me up. Okay. Right here, you see where it says link to page? I can link this to any page I want. Now, I want to show you something. This is very, very important, okay? We've got a video. I'll show you how to do a CNAME URL if you will follow the instructions. And I say follow the instructions because nobody really does. But if you will follow the instructions, I promise you it will work. I will show you where the instructions are at. And if you have any problems, if you will message me, I'll be more than happy. We've got a video that's specifically on the CNAME URL, but the instructions are very, I don't have a GoDaddy account that I can go into right now. That's the only reason I can't do it online. But anyway, if you want to link this to a page, you can link it right here. Okay. Now I want to show you something. Let's say that you want to link it to something special that, and I won't forget that, Rick. Let's say that you want to link it to something special and you want to do a custom page for it. You come over to content, go to HTML and text pages, and we'll just name this special. Okay. Oops, man, I can't spell it all. Okay. Go to special and put whatever you want in here. All right. Whatever you want it to be. And you're gonna come over here and you're gonna say save. A button on this, okay? You don't want anything at all. All right. Yes, you can use it for a directory for sure. That's the reason we put that in there, was for a directory, Tyler. So you come up here to home page. I don't want that on the front of my home page. I come to links. I turn it off here. It's gone here. I hit save. I come back to settings. Let me put an image in there. I put that on the header. I go to my header. I'm wanting to put that on link to page. I want it on special. I want to hit save. And I've got a call to action on there and all that stuff, okay? No, it's going to stay inside the app. That goes inside, that goes to your app. I highly recommend you keep everything inside your app. See, that goes right to the app. This is a test. Bam. All your call to action buttons, everything is still there. Everything. It stays inside the app. Now, let's say, and I do this when I use a different type of app, but I'll show you here real quick. Let's say that you want to have a header image and you want it maybe linked to something, and you want to put an image over here in the text HTML section. All you have to do is upload an image. And let me find one real quick. This is going to be too big, but I'll show you anyway. Okay, I uploaded my image there. I'm going to center it. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit this link. Now let's say that I want that special link that I put on this image right here. Let me save that real quick and let me go over there and grab that link. I'm going to grab that link off of that image. Copy link address. I'm going to click on this image right here. I'm going to go to insert or edit link. I'm going to put the URL there. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit save. And the same thing, I will keep them in the same app. And you can link any page you want to these. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's exactly how you do it, my friend. I had one other thing I was going to show. What other thing I was going to show? Somebody put the CNAME thing up. Oh, that's what I was going to show. Thank you. When you go in and set up a CNAME, and I'm telling you, follow these steps exactly. I'm going to show you one thing. This is the place where everybody messes up. Make sure that this says www without question. Okay. Make sure this says onetap.mobi, nothing else. When you go into manage the forward and masking, you add forwarding. See right here where it says yourdomainname.com? That is your domain name. Let's say that was not OneTap, not the domain name of the app, okay? The actual domain name. So let's say that was CarrieMiller.com, okay? Then that's exactly you would, and make sure you put the www dot your domain name, whatever the domain name of that actual app is, the domain name that you purchased, make sure it's that domain name. Forward only, add, and you're done. This is this right here, not putting the www. It's got to be www, yourdomainname.com. Number one biggest mistake. Number two is this right here. Host, www, points to, do not put a HTTP right here. Just put it right here. Okay. Yeah, it's changed just a little bit, but not too much. These are all still in the same place. DNS zone file. I just did one of these over the weekend. Click on CNAME. Follow these. I tell you what happens to a lot. People get to step 3, step 4, step 5, and they never go any further. They don't go to 6, 7, and 8 for some reason. Okay. Not sure. Tyler, why it would take 2 images to work. I'll have to take a look at that. Let's go over here to edit kit content. Header. Header image. Links to. Slide menu. Save. Reload. It worked fine there, buddy. Yes, if they buy their domain name, absolutely. Absolutely. If the current domain name on GoDaddy, they can make this process work. They need to give it, that's because the homepage slider is not a link. The homepage slider is not a link. This is not a URL. That's probably the reason that's doing that. I'm probably pretty sure that's correct. I will go ahead and try that while we're here. See, this isn't an actual link. It's a preview mode. And in preview mode, it's only for preview only. So you're not actually creating a link. So you're not creating a link. It's not creating a URL. That's the reason that's not doing that. And you can't, it doesn't create a URL. All right. I know we've covered a million things tonight, and I know that I've breezed right through it and tried to answer all your questions. Is there any more questions that we need to look at? I'm so thankful that I was able to answer most of your questions. Is there a class on the domain? Somebody just posted it up there at the top. Any more questions? Any more questions at all? I can tell you the video for the domain name is exactly this. If you can follow this, you'll have no problem. And now you've got a video on this because, and make sure you do those two things. Make sure you do those. This is www.onetap.mobi. And this is the domain name that you're putting it to. The $199 package or above. The premium package or above. I'll go in and look at your, if you would, Rick, text me your whatever email address that your platform is under. You have this here. Do you have this information filled in? If you don't have this information filled in, that button's not going to show up. If this information isn't filled in right here, see, you will not see developer text on this. What am I trying to say here? If you don't have that filled out, you will not see developer text under settings, under styles and colors. Down there where it says developer text. If you have that filled out, then this activates this button. So if you don't have anything in there, if you haven't filled out anything, you're not going to see it. Yep, that's probably what it is. 99.999 thousandths percent of the time, that's it. If they don't want it on that app, just set it to 0. Link size text, just set it to 0. And it will not be there. It's gone. And you will have some that tell you not to do that. Absolutely, Rick. You will have some that tells you not to do that. Very few, but some. They will call you. That's why it's on there. Happens. So, any other questions? Did everybody enjoy training tonight? Basically just going through the whole platform for a little bit. Every week from now on, and if you'll start watching for it about, sometime during the day, I don't know exactly what time every time because I get busy during the day. But I will make a post, and I'll make a post and just ask you to throw me some questions, and that way we can answer the stuff during training. The best way to do it is to excuse me. The best way to do it is to show you. You know, as I always say, yeah, excellent refresher. I know we need that every now and then, don't we? I have to get in and refresh myself every now and then. I mean, you know, I do the same thing. I'm very repetitive in what I do, and sometimes I forget too. So, third party code. Someone was asking what the third party code is. Facebook pixels, tracking codes, retargeting codes, that kind of stuff goes in here. Code goes in here. Do not put Google Analytics code in third-party code. It will not work. This places it in the proper place in the structure of the app. Okay? Proper place in the structure of the app. App search, we went over that. I think we went over everything, every single question that I had. Let me just talk about this real quick. I see this come up in a thing. I know we got a lot of new people, so let me just refresh everybody on this. And text pages. You do have the ability to go in and put HTML in your app. Let me tell you what happens. 99.9% of it, okay? It puts it in the proper place. I think it's the head. I think one of them's the footer. I'm not sure. But it puts it in the proper place for the Facebook and tracking tags. If you put a source code, if you put an HTML code, and normally what happens is someone says, oh, I want this on my page, and they'll go in and they'll copy it right off of a web page. And no, but I'm going to do that here in the next couple of weeks, Dennis. I've been playing with the latest Google Analytics myself. So we'll go in. It's actually a lot easier to set up now than it used to be. But if you put code in there and it freezes and breaks your app, there is no guarantee that we can save it. If you use third-party code, you use it at your own risk. If you use third-party code and you don't understand HTML and you don't understand the proper things to use in these apps, it can freeze it up and it will never work again. It will never work again. We've had people lose their apps. And I will also say, and don't take this personal, because we tell you not to use third-party source code, because if you're not a programmer and you don't know exactly what you're doing and you're just pulling it off a website, that's not our highest priority, is to fix your customer's app because they're blowing you up on your phone and telling you that you just screwed their app up. I highly recommend that you do not put any third-party code in these apps. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, although people do. Okay. My philosophy is, and I think somebody saw it in the Facebook group, if you can't sell what's here, you're probably not going to sell some third-party code. Okay. This right here, if you're going to do anything, and I don't like doing this either because I don't like linking to outside sources, link to the page that you want to go to. Some people like to link to weather pages and some stuff like that. You can iframe it, but iframing can mess up. It can mess up your app if you don't size it correctly. If the site that you're iframing makes changes, it messes up the app, the look of the app. So I recommend, if you're going to add anything, add a link to the page. Okay? But third-party code is not a priority for us. And we do not work on it. We do not fix it. We'll yank it out and try to get your app back online. Okay? Any other questions? No, you do not. If you're under styles and colors, you do not have to do the simple colors. He's talking about right here. You do not have to set these. Once you set them in advanced, you can set them in advanced. Remember the color code? Somebody asked about that earlier. Great thing to use. Okay. Great thing to use. Really good looking at. That food makes me hungry. Hang on just 1 second. I will do that. I'll show you. I got to pull this up on, give me 1 second. Let me find that for you and I will show you and I will paste that in the group. I've got the code right here somewhere. Somewhere. I know I do. Here's the code. All right, that's the code. Just posted it in there. If you want to make an add to home screen button, all you have to do is go into the app. Edit content. Hey, you spell it all or tapped it out either. Hey, I put that in the wrong place. I put that in the wrong. Don't forget what I just did. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Go to add new link. I had website on my mind and HTML at the same time. Go to link to website. Put that as the website URL. Add the home screen. Make sure you put the hashtag at the beginning and do it exactly like this. Okay. Hit save. Now you've created that link. Go into settings. And if you want to make that your header button link or wherever you want to put it. For example, I got this button bar up here. Let's say I want to change that. And what did I call that? Add to home screen. And there's the add to home screen link. And you just click on it. Tel, T-E-L, colon, and the phone number, SMS, colon, and the phone number. Tel. Let me just find a WYSIWYG page here if I could. I'm just going to type this so you can see it. Tel, semicolon, Tel, T-E-L, 555-555-1212, or SMS, colon, 555-1212, or whatever the phone number is. All right. So, and when you do that, you can put that as a link, okay? And it will make that, if it's SMS, it will open up the phone's messaging system. If it's Tel, it'll open up their phone system. Okay. That's them right there. Tel colon and SMS colon. If it's SMS, I don't know if it's a third-party messaging system. How do you hyperlink it in an email? Click on whatever you want to put it on and open up your link button and put that in as the link. Just like you would anything else. In an email, go to insert link, and it makes it a link. When you build your email, just click on the link button and highlight the text, just like you do in any WYSIWYG program. Any other questions? That's kind of out of the realm of the platform, but if I know the answer, I will help you. Any more questions? All right. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I greatly appreciate you sticking around and doing our thing, being a part of training. And as always, if you need anything, just post a message in the group. And if it has anything to do with training, I'll be more than happy to help you. Send me a message and everything will be good. Can everybody hear me still? Everybody hear me okay? Everybody knows what's happening? So thanks, everybody. We will have a training again next Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Good night, buddy. Y'all have a good night. Absolutely, Rick. Good night, buddy. Good to see you, Joseph. Keep BK Thornwell, Bryant Thornwell in your prayers. He texted me during the training. He's doing well. I messaged him before training, let him know we was thinking about him. And Michael Cahill's family, make sure you keep them in their prayers. Thank you, Donald. Keep your questions coming in the Facebook group. That's what makes training what it is. The more you want to know, the more I can help you with. Good night, everybody.